Hello students, today we have to see the classical wave equation and Schrodinger wave equation. Now first of all, see classical wave equation. Now before this, you must know there are two types of wave. Waves are of two types. First type is a running wave and second one is stationary wave. Our study is concerned with stationary wave. Now what is mean by running wave? You know, waves on water. Okay, the waves on water surface, these waves are running waves. On the other hand, waves in case of a string is the best example of a stationary wave or standing wave. Suppose this is string. Suppose this is first end fixed and this is another end. Now this motion, okay, this motion of the string, okay, this fix between two ends, this is a stationary wave. Okay, this wave produced. See, after the string fixed at two ends, this nature is of or example is of a stationary wave. Now the electron wave are of a stationary wave. The electron waves are a stationary waves, and the equation for the such a stationary wave fixed at the both ends is given by d psi by dx square is equals to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into psi. And for such a stationary wave, this is the equation. This wave is fixed in between x equals to 0 and x equals to a. Okay, now for such a wave, try to understand, if we have a standing wave fixed between these two ends. Okay, now suppose this is the crest and this is trough, this is the wave. Then here at this point, suppose this is an axis of psi and this is axis of x. Then here at this point x equals to 0 and this distance is nothing but a, that's why it is a. Okay, now for such a stationary wave which is in between x equals to 0 to x equals to a, where psi is a wave function, that is its amplitude. Okay, for such a stationary wave between 2 points x equals to 0 to x equals to small a, the equation is given by d square psi upon dx square is equals to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into psi, where this lambda is the wavelength distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs. Okay, suppose this is the wave in this way, then what happens? The distance between these two successive crests is lambda, or distance between two successive troughs. Okay, this is one and this is another. Suppose then distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs is also lambda. Okay, this is the wavelength of this light, or here this is the distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs is lambda. Now psi is a wave function. Okay, now this equation is nothing but the classical wave equation. This equation is nothing but a classical wave equation between the boundary conditions x equals to 0 to x equals to a. Okay, here up to this. Now the solution, if we have to find out the solution of this equation, now the general solution of this equation is given by psi equals to a sine 2 pi x upon lambda plus b into cos 2 pi x upon lambda. This is the general solution for this wave equation. Now here these a and b are constant, and if we have to find out the value of b, use a boundary condition. To find b, use a boundary conditions x equals to 0 and psi equals to 0. This is the boundary condition. Here at this point x equals to 0 and psi equals to 0. Here x equals to a, okay, and psi equals to 0. These are the boundary conditions. Now to find b, use boundary conditions x equals to 0 and psi equals to 0. Then this equation 1 implies psi equals to 0. Again here x equals to 0 means sine 0 0, a multiplied by 0, again 0 plus b, means from this it is clear that b equals to 0, because cos 0 1 multiplied by b, that's why b equals to 0. Now putting this in equation 1, so 1 implies psi equals to a sine 2 pi x by lambda. Now this is the solution for the classical wave equation. Are you getting clear? इतना समझ में आया? क्या देखा अपन ने? क्लासिकल वेव इक्वेशन कौन सा है और उसका सॉल्यूशन कौन सा है? Waves are of two types, running waves and standing wave. Waves on water, okay, these waves are running waves. Waves in a string close at two ends, okay, we experimentally seen it. Now these waves are running waves. Now electron waves are, string waves are stationary waves. Electron waves are stationary waves. Now for such a stationary wave, if x is the displacement along x-axis, y is the wave function related to amplitude of that wave, then this is crest, this is tuff. Again, for such a classical wave equation is for such a wave, del square psi upon ds square is equals to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into psi. Now here if we use the boundary conditions, x equals to 0, psi equals to 0, x equals to a and psi equals to 0, then the general solution for this classical wave equation is obtained as psi equals to a sine 2 pi x by lambda plus b cos 2 pi x by lambda. Now in order to find out the value of capital B, use the boundary conditions, x equals to 0, psi equals to 0. Now hence from this b equals to 0, put this value, you will get psi equals to a sine 2 pi x by lambda. Now this is the solution for classical wave equation. Now we have to see Schrodinger's wave equation. Now see Schrodinger's wave equation. As you know that the classical wave equation for electron-like particle is psi equals to a sine 2 pi x by lambda. Now this is the solution for this classical wave equation. Now to derive this Schrodinger's wave equation, this is the equation for the motion of the wave vibrating string, motion of the wave of a vibrating string between the two ends close, okay. Now here this a is the amplitude of vibration and then e is psi is the wave function and other parameters like lambda is the wavelength. Now differentiating this above equation with respect to x. Now the derivative of psi d psi by dx, that is equals to a constant. Now derivative of sin x is cos x into d dx of x, that's why into 2 pi by lambda. Okay, that's why this equation becomes d psi by dx is equals to 2 pi upon lambda into a cos 2 pi x by lambda. Now again differentiating with respect to x, again derivative of d psi by dx, d square psi upon dx square, this remains constant 2 pi upon lambda into a. Now derivative of cos x minus sin x into d dx of x, that is into 2 pi x, that is d dx of 2 pi x upon lambda, that is 2 pi upon lambda. Okay, now this becomes 2 multiplied by 2, that is minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into a sin 2 pi x upon lambda. Here this 2 pi, here sin psi, or one can say a sin 2 pi x, this is nothing but psi, that's why further d square psi upon dx square is equals to minus 4 pi square upon lambda square into psi, that is del square psi upon dx square plus 4 pi square upon lambda square into psi, that is equals to 0. Now this is the equation for a electron like particle or for a wave of electron like particle, but here the electron revolving around the nucleus, that's why this equation is applicable to nucleus. Here it is only along x-axis, that's why this electron, for this electron, this we have to apply this for electron revolving around the nucleus, that's why from the de Broglie equation, what is the de Broglie equation? De Broglie equation is lambda equals to h upon p, that is lambda equals to h upon mass into velocity. This u is velocity, that is lambda equals to h upon mass into velocity. This is the de Broglie equation. Now from this de Broglie equation we are able to find out the value of lambda. Now here after solving this, in order to use this de Broglie equation, here this is d square psi upon dx square. Now here from this put lambda's values. Now that's why this equation becomes del square psi upon dx square plus 4 pi square into lambda square means m square u square upon h square into psi, that is equals to 0. Only instead of lambda square, here there is lambda. Now what is the value of 1 upon lambda square? This value becomes m square u square upon h square. This value here only kept here. Okay. Now after solving this, the equation for the total energy of the electron is given by, the total energy of electron is equals to potential energy plus kinetic energy. Now if V is the potential energy, Then what is the value of kinetic energy? Half mv square, but here u, that's why half mu square. Now from this total energy, that is E equals to V plus half m into u square. Now in this, from this equation, if we have to find out the value of m square u square, that is E minus V, that is equals to half m u square. Now that's why this cross multiplication, after this 2 here, now multiply both side by m, that's why 2m E minus V, that is equals to m square u square. Now here, instead of this, put value of this m square u square as this will be del square psi upon dx square plus 4 pi square upon h square. What is the value of this? It becomes 2m u square, this value becomes 2m into bracket E minus V, okay, and further psi remains as it is. Now after solving further, this equation becomes del square psi upon dx square plus 8 pi square m upon h square into bracket E minus V into psi, that is equals to 0. Now this is the Schrodinger's wave equation along x-axis, but if we consider the motion of the electron along 3 axis, that is if we consider motion of the electron in 3 dimension. Now if we apply the equation to 3 dimension, now what happens? For 3 dimension, the above equation becomes, now instead of x, there are x, y and z. That's why del square psi upon dx square plus del square psi upon dy square plus del square psi upon dz square plus 8 pi square m upon s square into bracket E minus V into psi, that is equals to 0. This is the Schrodinger's equation along 3-dimensional axis. Now if we kept here Laplacian operator, then this value from these 3, if we take a common psi, then remaining terms are psi into del square upon dx square plus del square upon dy square, del square upon dz square into bracket, okay, plus E minus V into 8 pi square m upon h square into psi, that is equals to 0. Here this is Laplacian operator and its value is in this way. That's why it will be 8 pi square m upon s square into psi, that is equals to 0. Now if further it is transferred into Hamiltonian operator, how it can be operated? For Hamiltonian operator, here multiply it by h square upon 8 pi square m, okay, here becomes plus E minus V into psi, okay, because due to multiplication of s square upon 8 pi square m, this term get cancelled. That's why this equation becomes in this way. Now after solving further, what we have to do? if multiplied throughout by or solve it further, h square upon 8 pi square m into del square plus E psi minus V psi, that is equals to 0. Now further solving or taking some common from this, what we have to do? Multiply throughout, or if we solve it further, then s square upon 8 pi square m del square psi minus V psi, that is equals to minus E psi. If we multiply throughout by minus, then minus s square upon 8 pi square m into del square psi plus V psi, that is equals to E psi. Now further, if we take a psi common from this first two term, then the equation becomes minus h square upon 8 pi square m into del square plus V into bracket psi, that is equals to E psi. Here this is called as Hamiltonian operator H, that's why H psi is equals to E psi. Now in this way, in today's lecture we come to know about Schrodinger's wave equation in one dimension as well as Schrodinger's wave equation in three dimension, and further we have proved H psi is equals to E psi, where this is Hamiltonian operator, this is Laplacian operator. Okay, I think you all getting this equation. You must know this for problem purpose also. Now we will see next point in the further period. Thank you.